Hi, my name is Simon Townsend, and welcome to this short video showing how the Avanti Endpoint Manager, File Director, and Environment Manager technologies can deliver a seamless migration to Windows 10. Let's start by taking a look at a user logging on to their Windows 7 desktop. The user may well have been using this desktop for some time, and hence has customized their desktop so that it's familiar and personal to them. Typical of a user, you can see that this user has set their wallpaper to their favorite animal or family member and saved far too many files onto their desktop. Within the desktop, the user has set and configured common printers and drive mappings they use to be productive. Within applications such as Outlook, the user's MAPI profile, their signatures, and the layout of the mail preview has been configured and tailored to the user's own preference. Line of business applications and other third-party apps like Foxit Reader are also personalized by the user. Toolbars have been used and moved, and various options selected, in many cases so the user can be more productive and have an improved user experience. Even Windows-based applications such as Notepad can be personalized. In this case, the user has decided to change his default fonts to Windings. All this personalization typically sits in the user's profile, which, with their desktop files, are both located locally on the Windows 7 machine. Migrating these files and the personalized profile from one machine to another can be a difficult challenge, but migrating them from Windows 7 to Windows 10 can be a painful task for IT and often results in downtime and loss of productivity for the user as profiles between Microsoft operating systems are not compatible. To understand and collect profile data and the user's files from the desktop, the Avanti Endpoint Manager can be used to seamlessly deploy agents and configurations to existing desktop machines. In this example, we see the Avanti Endpoint Manager deploying the File Director and Environment Manager agents down to the endpoint. Avanti Endpoint Manager gives complete control of when these agents are delivered and reports once complete. The next time the user logs on to the desktop, the Environment Manager agent starts to discover and capture the user's profile, regardless of whether it is a local or a roaming profile. The profile is then synchronized with the data center over HTTPS, and in parallel, File Director technology also starts to discover the user's files and starts synchronizing those files to the data center over HTTPS. Using built-in reporting tools, IT can gain an insight to which parts of the user's profile has been collected, how big each profile is, and whether there are any outstanding application profiles or data left on the endpoint. Once complete, IT have an estate-wide visibility over which machines and users are ready to be migrated to Windows 10. Once the user and the machine is ready to move, IT then have a number of options available to them. The first option available would involve refreshing the user's hardware and sending them a brand new Windows 10 machine. Another option could involve IT initiating the migration using the Avanti Endpoint Manager or another third-party deployment technology such as SCCM. In this example, instead of IT pushing the new Windows 10 image down to the machine from Avanti Endpoint Manager, we offer the ability to advertise the Windows 10 upgrade through a service catalog or IT store-like interface. The service catalog shown in this example uses functionality within Avanti Endpoint Manager, but likewise could have been presented to the user using the Avanti IT Store from RES, a web-based service catalog from Avanti Service Manager, or the customer's existing service management platform. The user's chosen to run the Windows migration at a time that suits them, and the Avanti Endpoint Manager does the rest. The migration process supports both in-place upgrades and wipe and reload. Avanti Endpoint Manager can deploy both the OS and the drivers and the applications. Changes to the master boot record and the machine settings can also be configured. Regardless of whether the machine has been migrated by Endpoint Manager or in fact is a new machine, as long as File Director and Environment Manager agents are installed on the new Windows 10 build, the user can log on using their same credentials. The logon process is faster on Windows 10 than it was on 7, as Environment Manager has now replaced all group policies and scripts and is processing the login process in parallel. Just the right amount of user's profile is synchronized down to the database to get the user log on, which also improves logon times. Simultaneously, File Director has started synchronizing the files onto the user's desktop from the data center. Application profile information is synced to application launch, ensuring that applications such as Outlook are personalized and configured as they were before. Foxit Reader and Notepad likewise. This level of personalization ensures that post-migration, the user can be as productive as possible with minimal downtime, ensuring and allowing the migration to be a success. For more information on how Ivanti Solutions can help migrate your desktop estate to Windows 10, head over to Ivanti.com and go to the Solutions page entitled I want to migrate my users to Windows 10. Regardless of whether you're buying new machines, want to utilize existing hardware, or are moving some users to virtual desktop infrastructure, we have a number of solutions that can ensure that migration or desktop transformation goes as smooth as possible. The website gives you the ability to download and trial our software, plus provides case studies from thousands of customers that use our technology just not to migrate to Windows 10, but also help change how they manage their users and their Windows environment. The same solutions can be used to reduce break-fix time, deliver a consistent experience to a non-persistent VDI environment, and perhaps most importantly, overcome the challenges associated with the cadence and frequency of Windows 10 updates. Thanks very much for listening.